See, before we joined, I had already brought Argo Face device online, and it is connected via Ethernet, as you can see over here. So you must remember the IP of the device yesterday that we are kept. And under the server settings, as you can see, I just changed my server IP today. So from 1 I changed it to 11 because it was conflicting with the default gateway. So I had changed it, and as you can see right now, the device is online on the COSEC monitor over here, right? So basically there are two ways of adding the device. The one that we are using right now, or that I'm trying to display you, is the devices are added automatically. Okay, and that is and the reason that is happening is because we have a feature in our software, okay, where you can add a device automatically. And to check that if that option is enabled or not, I will show you. It is under the admin module, and once you go under the admin module, under global policy, there is a section called device, and you can see the option auto add new devices. So if this particular feature is enabled, regardless how many devices you plug into the network, okay, and you provide the IP, the moment you will provide the IP of the server IP to the device, it will automatically get added on the COSEC monitor over here. Okay, you don't need to do anything manually. So this is the first way of adding the device. That is, you simply open the device web page on the browser, go to server settings, and enter the IP, and the device will be added. Okay. The other option, is to manually add. So how to do that? Okay, let me quickly show you. So we quickly go to the device module. Okay, you can go to the device module. Yes. Okay, you go to the device list. As you can see right now, there is one device that is already added over here. There is an icon for new. You click on plus, and now you'll have the option to choose the door controller. Okay, which door controller do you want to be added? Okay, so say for example, if you have panel 200, you'll have to select panel 200. Okay, if you have say for example Vega device, so you have to select Vega controller. So for every controller like Path, Vega, Arc, IO800, Arc controller, Argo Face, we have the option for each and every controller. Okay, but now say for example you have we have Argo Face, right? But you will select Path controller and try to add Argo Face, then it won't work. Correct? So you have to choose the correct model that you are trying to add. And once you select that, you can simply click on continue. And once you continue, it will ask you to enter the details, which you'll have to enter manually. Let me try to kill some of the applications because it is taking too much of time. Yeah. Okay. So it will show you a page like this, and where you'll have to enter the device details and the MAC address. Okay, and then simply click on save. So this is the other option of adding the device. Okay, so yes, these are the two way of adding a device on the Matrix software. One, either you do it automatically, or the second one, is you do manually. So of course, when you're adding directors, we suggest you add them automatically. The only thing that will be required is for you to change the name. And to change the name, say for example, we have this device, right? And I want to change the name of this device, so I can simply click here and edit the name, say server role. Okay? And I can click on save. Okay, yeah, so it has made the changes, I guess. Yeah, I'll have to close a lot of tabs. Only then it is going to work faster. Yeah. So see, it has made the changes right here. Okay, and the same thing will be reflected on the device page. It has to be reflected. Okay, so if you see, even the name over here on the device that has been changed. Okay, you can see it right here. Okay, so now let me quickly show you one more thing that you will have to remember, because we this is a training for all the international engineers, and I know everyone is from different regions. So the other important thing for you is to remember to change the date and time. Okay, the time zone from here, because if you don't change the time zone, it won't take the events on the correct time, right? So whenever you do the installation of the new device, by default the time zone will be of India. So you'll have to go and change the time zone based on your requirement. Okay, so you remember these steps, that you'll have to change the time zone of your device. So for now, I'm just simply keeping plus 5:30, because that's what the time is over here right now. And I'll quickly move on creating a new user. So let me show you how the user is created. And before moving forward, I want to quickly give you a brief about the dashboard. So this is our dashboard. Okay, and it is divided into different modules, like user module, device module, shift module, time and attendance module. So it is very easy to do the configurations, um, when you know what you want to exactly do. So something that is related to user, it will always be in the user module. Okay, something that is related to the device will always be in the device. Okay, so right now we want to do we want to add a user and assign it to this device, and we also want to do enrollment of this user, right? So we'll have to go to the user module. Okay, so we go to the user module and we'll create a new user. Okay, so as you can see right now, the list is already created over here, but all of them are inactive. But we'll create a new user for you. Okay, so say for example, we'll click on plus icon again. So I say 007. Okay, it will go and check if there is any same ID. We'll say James Bond. Okay, and then we'll simply click on save. Okay, so doing this, it will create one user 007 James Bond on the database. Okay, The next part is to assign 007 a device. Okay, so we'll assign him this device. So this is the edit icon where you can click and simply go here and select the device, that is our server room. Okay, and click on save. Now the moment I click on save, I wanted to show you what exactly happens on the COSEC monitor. See, the moment I click save over here, if you go on COSEC monitor, you can simply see that a configuration has been sent, okay, to the device. So whenever you are doing any activity like assigning the device or deleting the device or enrolling the user, that activity you can clearly see on COSEC monitor over here. Okay, that what are the configurations you are trying to attempt. Okay, so this is a way to cross verify if your configurations are actually being sent from the software to the device. Okay, and the other way to verify is to simply go to the device web page. Okay, so this is our device web page, right? So now if I go over here in view under user profile, you can see that the user that we assigned is over here. Okay, this is how we can verify. But you see, there are no templates, there are no card, there is no pin, right? So now let's try to assign a pin to Mr. James Bond. Okay, so how will we do that? We have to go in the credential section. Okay, and I can click on the edit icon and I can say that the pin will be 1331. Okay, and I can simply click on save. Now again you see on COSEC monitor, did anything happen? See, it's saying user configuration sent. Okay, user configuration is successful. At the same time, I will also like to show you on the device web page if the data has been reflected or not. Okay, so you can see the data is reflected. So this is a way you can confirm that, okay, yeah, if the data for James Bond, the pin that we configured is actually reflecting on the device. Okay, so now let me try to quickly, sorry, a minute. Ah, okay, just give me 2 minutes. Yeah, so we'll try to again punch on the device and then we'll see how it works. Before that, I wanted to show you the flow of this. Okay, that how this is actually working. So I have created a diagram for you to explain you. Let me just quickly reload. Okay, so see, this is the diagram that I wanted to explain you. See that a controller will be connected to the switch, right? Similarly, you can connect many controllers to the switch. Okay, and we'll have a COSEC server. Okay, that is right now it is my laptop, right? And we have a database as well, correct? So database is stored on the server, correct? So monitor utility is like a middleman. Okay, any command that is been sent from the server will basically pass from the monitor, and from monitor it will go to the device. Similarly, if I make a punch on the device, first it will get stored on the device. Okay, then it will pass to the COSEC monitor, and from COSEC monitor it is passed to the database. Okay, understanding this flow is very important. Now think of a scenario where you have lost the connectivity, okay, between the device and the server. Okay, the connectivity of the internet or the network has been lost. So now what will happen? So if someone keeps punching over here, the device will store those events, okay, and the moment the network is up, the COSEC monitor, it will start generating those events and it will push to the database. Okay, so some, because a lot of time we receive the cases that that the users are marking the punches on the devices, but when you are trying to generate the report, no data is showing. So what is the issue? Because most of the time what happens, the COSEC monitor service is turned off or the monitor is not working. So the events are not transferred from the device to monitor, and at the same time the monitor is not able to push the events to the database. Okay, so now say for example, we'll try to, I'll do a, I'll punch 1331. Okay, see, the moment I use the pin credential, and the moment I use it, you can see an event has come on the COSEC monitor over here, right? That allowed with pin user ID 007. Okay, so now COSEC, this monitor, what it will do, it will push this event on the backend side on the database. Okay, as you know that there are many tables over here. Okay, so each and every table is responsible to store the events. Okay, so if I think, uh, okay, so each and every table is responsible for its own activity. Okay, so once we mark any event over here, it will be pushed to the database. Okay, so now let's try to enroll my face. Okay, so how I will do the enrollment of my face? So it is very simple. uh, let me just try it over here. Okay, so we have the icon over here to enroll the credentials. Okay, so I can click on enroll credentials over here, and I can select the device I'm trying to enroll for. Okay, so I'll say I'm enrolling for face. Okay, and I'll just do one face right now. Okay, and I simply click on enroll. Okay, okay, so see, the moment I send the command, first you will be able to see over here that the command was sent. Okay, enrollment phase template was sent, and then it was preparing. Okay, and then the file was transferred for me. Okay, so see, any activity that you do or any command that you send from monitor or from the software, from the web, it will be sent to the monitor, and then the device will receive the same. Okay, so now I want to verify if my credentials are actually there or not. So again, it is simple. Even under the credentials section, let us just refresh it once. We go to our user over here. Okay, see, I did my enrollment and it is there on my display picture over here, and I go under the credentials and you can see the enroll phases one value is also showing over here. The same thing you can also verify from the device web page. Okay, so let's go and check. Okay, so do you see the face template has got a value over here? It is saying that one template is there. So now let me try to mark the punch. Okay, I'll mark the punch. Okay, see, it is saying it gave an error that FR is disabled. See over here. So let's try to see how we solve this error. Okay, so it is saying FR is disabled. Okay, so I will go to my profile under FR and I will enable face recognition. Okay, and you can also see my template over here. Okay, so now let us try again. Let me try again and punch. Let's see. Okay, see, it allowed me over here. So similarly, we can do the enrollment for the card. Okay, we can do the enrollment for the card or or also for the Bluetooth mobile, and but for that the application is required. Okay, so any doubt till now? We covered on creating a user. I also showed you how to assign the device to the user. Okay, then I showed you how we set a pin for the user and how I did my face enrollment, and also I explained you the flow of the monitor, the database, and the web portal, and how to cross verify the same things on the device web page. Any to the configurations part? So let's try something. Let me try to. Okay, what I'll do. Okay, the thing that I wanted to explain you, that what if from this image we'll do a practical scenario. Okay, I'll disconnect the device from the network right now. Okay, and then I'll punch, and then I wanted to show you what happens when it is disconnected. Okay, and the moment I bring it online. Okay, so let's do that practical right now. Okay, you can see it is connected. So I just remove the network cable. So I removed the network cable, as you can see over here. So the device should go offline. We can also check it from here. Basic profile. Yeah, see, it is not responding only. Okay, so the device is offline right now. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll mark 5 to 10 punches, okay, on the device. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so see, I made 5 punches right now, but as you can see, the device is not connected to the network. Okay, and I will also send a ping command for you to know that the device is actually not connected right now. Alright, my mistake. Okay, so you can see it is timed out. Now, even if I go to my profile over here in the events, and if I try to pull the events, let's see what happens. See, it has only events, 3 events. The rest of the events, they are missing right now. And we made the punches at 1440 or 1441. So we don't have those events. Okay. But now what I'll do, I'll connect back the device to the network and we will see. Okay. See, it says login success. See, it automatically started pushing those events. Those 5 events that I made offline, the moment the device is offline or the online on COSEC monitor, okay, it pushed those events. Now, if I try to click on view over here, see, we have all the events now. Okay, so this is what I was trying to explain, that what happens in case the connectivity between the device and the network breaks. Okay, the device will keep storing the events, and the moment it comes online, it will push first to the COSEC monitor, and then from COSEC monitor it is pushed to the database. Okay, and then once it is pushed on the database, we can see on the server on our software those events over here. Okay, so this is a very important flow that you need to understand, and once you understand this, half of the problems that you will face on the site, you will be able to resolve. Okay, now let us try to pull a report, a in-out event report, okay, for the punches that I made. So let me tell you one thing. Every module over here that you see, except admin module, enterprise module, I guess every other module has got reports. Okay, so say for example, I click on user module, you see the option of reports. Now let's go to device module. You can see the reports over here, right? So similarly, all the modules has report. Now we want to generate user in-out event reports, so that's why I'm going to the user module. I'll go to the report section, in-out event report over here, and we select today's date, and I'll say I'll enter my ID 007 James Bond, and we will generate the report. My PC has got so slow.
Maybe plug in your charger.
I'll have to request to the IT to upgrade my system. Yeah. Okay. So see, now we have all the details, that the timing, the name, the punch mode. We tried through pin, we tried through face. It was denied once, then it was allowed, right? So see, we have all the detailed report over here. Now, even if you want to export this report, we have the option to export in PDF, Excel. If you want to take printout of it, that can also be done. Okay, cool. So yeah, okay. Let me get back to the monitor utility, because I wanted to show the usefulness of this device. I mean, of this utility. So now, as you can see, there is a red icon coming over here. Okay, so it is mostly when there is a firmware mismatch, it will come. Okay, so when I'm hovering my mouse over here, you can see the current firmware version is V01R22, and the available firmware version is V01R21. So already it is a bit on the upgraded firmware than it is required. Okay, so as you know, we keep releasing new software version, and the latest version is V20R11.2. Okay, and mine is a bit a one that is below. That's why it is saying that my device firmware is higher than the software version required. And see, if I want to say upgrade the firmware, how will I do it? Okay, so again, there are two ways. The first way that we always suggest, and that is to do it from the COSEC monitor only. So you can right click over here. Okay, you can see it, the option is there to upgrade the firmware, and you can say selected device, and it will start the upgradation. Okay, I'll just abort it for now, but this is how you can upgrade the firmware. Now, say for example, you want to reboot the device. So you can go in commands, select the device, you can say reboot the device. Okay, say for example, I want to lock the door. I can simply click on lock door. It will ask you to enter the credential. Okay, so it will be the same credential that you use to log in into the web. So I'll say lock the door. Okay, so see, now the status of the door is locked. Do you see? And now let me try to punch and see what happens. See, it denied me. It's saying door is locked. Okay, so even if I'm registered over here, it is not allowing me to get the access, because we have changed the status from normal to door lock over here. Okay, so now let's do this. I'll normalize the door back to its original state, that is normalized door. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, see, now the door is normalized, and let me try to punch again and see what happens. It allowed me. Oh yeah, so see, these are the options that we have on the COSEC monitor, that you can set the date and time. Okay, you can also factory default the device from here, right? And there is another option that we have, is to restore the configurations. So say for example, if there is any malfunction with the device, or the device is not responding properly, right? Even if all the configurations, everything is there, right? But sometimes it happens that it doesn't respond. So what we do is we suggest that you factory default the device. Okay, so factory defaulting the device will basically remove all the data that is there on the device. Okay, but it won't change the IP. Okay, so if you want, we can do it right now. So let's try doing it. Let's factory default our device. 1 2 3 4 5. So it is basically like a factory reset that we do even in our phones. Okay, so now let's see. See, the device just rebooted. The moment I factory defaulted, the device just rebooted. See, the ping has gone, and now the device will come back online after a while. Did you hear the sound? It has booted. Okay, just 1 more minute. Okay. Yeah, it's saying that system defaulted. Okay. Yeah, see, now the device is back online, and just wait. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. We will try to open the web page, okay, of Argo Face. Let me open in incognito mode. That will be more quicker. See, did you see the device got connected back again and it is online? It also sent a message, default system from application at this time. Okay, now let's log in on the device web page and see if it actually got defaulted or not. Okay, we'll check for the user. See, the user that we had created, James Bond, it is not there over here. Correct? So that shows that the device removed all the data that was there in it. It defaulted everything, but the IP remained the same. It never changed. Now say for example, I want to restore those data, those configuration. Okay, you can simply do it from here. Say restore configurations. I will select configuration and I will say enroll faces. I don't have any photos, but I can still select it if you have. So you can select configuration, faces, photos, and I'll say start. So it will restore all the settings that we have done, that we did earlier. Okay. And also it will sync the user data that was there for this device. So let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, now let me go back. See, do you see? Restoring, we got back the system automatically assigned that user, and it also automatically sync the template of that user. And now if I go and again show my face, see, it has allowed me over here. Okay. Now, the other features that I wanted to show you in monitor utility is that we have the option to filter the device also. Okay. So from here, you can filter device. If you have 10 device and if you want to see event of only one device, you can filter that out from here. Okay. We also have the option to filter out the events. So if I only want to see the user denied event, I can simply click over here and I can get the user denied events. Okay. If I want to see all the events, you can simply click over here and you will get all the events. Okay. One thing I wanted to show, we also have the option of EMAP. Okay. So you can quickly upload the EMAP over here. Okay. And you can basically have the view of the EMAP over here. But right now I don't have any templates. I'll get a template tomorrow and I'll show you how the EMAP looks like. Okay. We do get many queries regarding EMAP, so I would like to show that to you also. Give me today's day. I'll show it to you tomorrow. Okay. So maybe going forward you will be doing some IO linking. So those events you will get it over here. If there is any alarm that is raised, you can simply click on alarms and you will get the alarms option, and you can simply disable those alarms from here. So the monitor utility itself is very useful. Okay. And I hope by now you would have understood the importance of this utility. Now, there is also one more thing. Let me show you. If you want to know that which database is connected, there is this small icon over here. Okay. You can see my database name that is connected over here. It will also give you the version details, the IP address, the server details. Okay. So this is how the monitor utility is helpful. Always remember this data flow. Okay. And let me move to another part where which is also important because we are moving to a bit technical thing. So I wanted to also show you this particular diagram that I had made. So if you know that Matrix is a service-based architecture, right? We have master service, we have monitor service, we have alert service, we have admin portal service, we have visitor service, and we also have enroll service. Okay. But for all the rest of the services to start, the most important service is the master service. So that's why we have kept it name master, that if master service is not running, then no other service will start. Okay. But in order to master service to run, master service is dependent on two things. It is dependent on the SQL service, and also it is dependent on the license dongle. So either one of this is not there, then this master service will not start. So this is a troubleshooting technique I'm trying to explain, that whenever you face issue regarding master service, you make sure that your SQL service is running and your license dongle is connected. Okay. Or sometimes what also happens, when we say go to tray app and check the settings, so this is what we mean by tray app. Okay. So you can always go here in master service. Even if it is running, you can stop the service and you can simply go in the settings. So you can verify if these settings are correct or not. And in master service, always the database name will be of admin portal, which stores the licenses details. So you can always do a test connection over here. You can verify if all these details are correctly entered. If the details are not entered, then also the master service will not start. Okay. So this is how you can do the troubleshooting and make sure the master service runs. So I will again just start the master service. Okay, let me try to start some other service, as because master service is already stopped. So let's try to start some other service. Say for example, and see what happens. Okay. Say for example, I will like to start. Okay, we'll try to start enroll service. See, do you see it is saying that waiting for master service availability? Because the master service is not running, the enroll service will be not able to start. It will say that it is waiting for master service availability. So that is why I had showed you that what is the importance of master service, that without master service no other service will start. And what and on what master service is dependent, it is as dependent on SQL service and the license dongle. Okay, so now once the master service is running, see the enroll service automatically started. Okay, so this is very important to know. And you will be able to do the troubleshooting in future by yourself only. Okay, let's move to our user section again. Today we are going to do user section and the device section only. That are the two section that will focus on. Okay, so now say for example, I want to block the user. Okay, or blacklist the user. So you see we have the option to blacklist from here. So I can simply go and blacklist from here. And it will ask to reason to blacklist, and it will ask that if you want to also revoke the device, it will also revoke the device that is assigned to this user. Okay, so this is where you can blacklist the user. uh okay, let's try something. uh okay, let me do this. We will just try to go to this user again. 007. Okay, and okay, let me say that I'll also show you how to generate a QR code. Okay, basically because you might not be knowing, so that is something new that we have. So say for example you want to generate a QR code, so how to do that? Okay, so basically it's a very simple process. Okay, you have to enter a number 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and you can simply click on save under the access card to value over here. Okay, and the moment you do that, you can click on generate QR code over here. Okay, and then you can say download the QR code. So you will say click save, and the QR code will be there. Now what all you have to do is you have to just show this QR code on the device display. Okay, let me try to do it and see. Actually, okay. Now why this is not working? It is because we have not enabled the feature. Okay, that is allow QR code access. So we'll have to go to the device. Okay, we'll go to the device. And under uh, okay, do you see under face image and setting it says allow access via QR? So we'll have to enable this flag and say click on save. See, again when you will do any configuration, and the moment it is saved, it will do the activity on monitor. And now let us show this image again. Okay, so you can see that the event is there. See, it's saying that allowed with QR. See, okay. So now I have also allowed myself by generating a QR code for me. Okay, so similarly, you can do it for any user. Again, let me quickly show you the process. What was the process? You go to the user profile. Okay, you can you then go to the credential section under access card to value, enter a random number. Okay, and then you can say click generate QR code, and then download the QR code. Okay, so this is how the QR code is being generated, and then you will have to allow the access of the QR code from the device, and once that is allowed, the users can use the QR code. Okay, so that was regarding the QR code. Now let's go back to the device. So I also wanted to show you one more thing, that we have come up with a copy configuration features. So say for example, the same configuration that you did on this device, if you want to copy, you can use this option, copy the features. And for that, of course, it has to be a supported option. Okay, and we don't have any other device right now, so I cannot copy. But if you select copy over here, and if you select the same device, the same configurations can be copied. Okay, this is a new feature that we have come up with. On the device module, under the device configurations, um, I also wanted to show you that this two flags, consider for attendance and generate events, they are very important to be enabled, because if you don't enable this event, say for example I remove this event, consider for attendance, then the events that I mark right now, they won't be considered for time and attendance. It will be only for the in and out. Okay, only for access control. So this is very important to understand, that why these two flags are required to be enabled. Okay, now say for example, if you are going to connect any reader with this Argo, so how will you do the configuration for that? So we have a section of reader over here. Okay, so once you go to the reader, you will get two options, internal reader and an external reader. So basically internal reader is the reader of Argo only, of this Argo phase. Okay, where you can also set the mode, entry or exit, and also you can choose the card type. Okay, so based on the model you can choose the card type. Okay, right now my Argo phase is EMPROX based phase E, so that's why EMPROX is selected. Okay, so this is where you can do the configuration of your card reader. You can choose the mode of your device, and if any external reader is connected, you can go to external reader. Okay, and you will have to select what type of reader it is. Okay, so if you have any atom readers or any other reader, EMPROX reader, you have to select that particular model from here. If it is a third party reader that is connected on vegan, anything that with W, you see with W over here, W is for the U and W is for the vegan readers over here. So depending on the reader that you have, you can configure it over here. Okay. Uh, Also, one more thing. Always we get questions that you want to mute this sound, or you want to reduce the sound. Okay, so how to do it? So say you will have to go to general setting and then say mute buzzer. Okay, let's do it. I'll click on mute buzzer and save it. Okay, so now let's see if I can see. I mark the punch, but there is no noise, right? So we just remove that acknowledgement sound. Okay, and we also have the option, if you want to short the sound or medium the sound. So say I medium the sound, and then I'll try to mark the punch. Okay, let's see. See, it is basically a small sound, not a long sound that it used to be. Okay, so this is where you can do those changes. Okay, regarding the sound and the display duration, for how many milliseconds you want. So also we have options to auto hide the menu bar. So if you want that, I don't know if you can see on my screen. Or if you want to remove this menu, the one that is below, if you say auto hide menu, it will auto hide the menu over here on the device. Okay. Now, if you want to add more users to this device, you can go to assign users. You can click on add it over here, and I can select all the users over here and assign them. Okay. Now, if I want to see the status of this device, okay, if I don't have the monitor utility, then how will I do it? So we have the option device status over here. So even under device status, you can see that device is connected. You can see the IP and everything over here. It will also allow you to send the same commands that we do from the monitor: reboot, factory default, lock, unlock. Okay. And then also we have a graphical representation, a dashboard. It will show how many devices are active, how many are online, how many are offline. Okay. What are the total devices over here? Okay. So this is also where you can get the dashboard. We have a dashboard also for the user model. Let me show you for the user model also. See that how many total users are there, how many are active, how many are inactive, how many are blocked. Also the credentials which are enrolled or assigned, you can see it from here. So one most important thing I wanted to show before we finish this session, that you might, the ones who are very new, they will always wonder why under application there are two options: basic access control, advanced access control, and cafeteria. So cafeteria is for totally when you want to use it in the cafeteria mode. We have a module cafeteria. Only for that, you will have to choose the mode cafeteria over here. Okay. And basic access control will be by default. Okay. If you want to just unlock the door, lock the door, that when someone punches on the door, the lock should open. Those all things fall under the basic access control. But now we also have another option called advanced access control. So what is advanced access control for? So this is for using advanced access control features that we have in the software, like anti-passback, two-person rule, occupancy control, okay, man trap. So for all these features, advanced access control is required. Okay. So we have a module access control over here, as you can see, and we have all these features, which the admin zone, as I told you. Then we have time-based access, okay, anti-passback. So to use these advanced features, the device needs to be in the advanced access mode. Okay. And for the same, even the license will be required. Okay. ACM license is required to use these features. Okay. So if you want to check if you have the required license, you can simply go to the admin module and you can click on license information over here, and you will be able to see over here. Okay, that if you have ACM license or not. So yeah, regarding this, and one last topic that is remaining is to matrix license activation. So this is the license activation portal. I will share the link with you in the chat box. Let me just share it right now. Okay. So how to activate the licenses? Okay. Because I also wanted to cover this topic before we finish the session. So let me just quickly log in. Okay. So once you log in, this is the page that you will get. And because we are going with COSEC, so you will have to choose COSEC. Okay. And it will ask you to enter the current license key. This COSEC admin portal, this is where you will get the current license key, as I explained you yesterday also. Okay, when I was showing you. Okay. So if I go over here in licenses and services, this is where you will get the current license key. So you can simply copy Control A, Control C, and I will enter over here. And you can enter your customer name, distributor name, and you can click on view. Okay, and it will show you right now. I am using a demo dongle. Maybe in your case, when you are doing for the first time, your dongle name will be generic over here. It will not be demo, and no numbers will be showing over here. Okay, so you can simply click on next. Okay, and actually I'm not getting the option to add over here, but in your case you will get an option to add the license pin. Okay, so we share a PDF file. I don't have the format right now. I'll try to find, but I'll get it tomorrow. So you'll get a PDF file. In that you have a license pin. Okay, and you can enter that license pin over here. But first, which license you should activate? Okay, so first you always activate. Let me show you the COSEC Centra platform license. Okay, so you will get all these licenses like the platform license, the user license, time and attendance license, access control, depending on the site that you are going to install. But always first activate the Centra platform license. The moment you will activate, you will get a new license key. Okay. And then you can simply copy that new license key from here. You can go and paste it over here. Okay, and then you can simply click on update. Okay, once that is done, you can again copy the current license key, go and enter the license key over here, and then start adding the rest of the license pin that you have, and you can simply activate the licenses. Okay, so this is how the license activation is done. The only thing that you need to remember is that you first activate the Centra platform license, and then you can start with the rest of the licenses. Okay.